Lockie? Who do you think is going to take this one out? Because I asked. That's why.
I think the Talon lineup just looks a little bit easier to execute. I think they've got a lot of ways to get on top of the Tinker, so it's not a free Tinker game by any stretch for Alacrity, and that's a big concern for me. This is a hero who is still pretty situational. Alacrity's been pulling out some cheese picks. We've seen the Meepo in their first series, and now he's got the Tinker as well. So yeah, they're trying to pull something out of the hat, but I feel like for Talon, I just like how they can get on top of a Tinker, and if they can get early conversions with the Exism, their map control could be a big issue, because I think Tinker and Shadow Fiend might have some trouble with who can make the plays. I think Mizu will need like the Shadow Blade. Lion's gonna need a blink. Yokam, I will pilot real quick. Lion Yokam is incredibly pog, as Talon actually moving up 5. We've already got an engagement here, starting up onto Mizu. Yokam rapid to hold them back, but still Mizu looks like unfortunately there will be no escaping for our brawl to kick it off. It's going to be Talon finding first blood.
There's your answer as well to the fact of, how are they in terms of cohesion, in terms of, how they're actually looking to move and play as a team. Love the fact that you put Hyde on the front lines. He uses that shield crash, even just with the 1 point in it, hits 4 heroes. So he had 60% damage reduction from all heroes for that 5 seconds. It meant that they were able to just continuously push forward, pick up the first blood, and gives them a nice little start to the game.
I'll give you your opportunity to predict even after first blood if you go for Talon. Okay. Alright, sure. So, Hyde? In your dream, these raises damage early.
Yeah, but he had that 45% damage reduction again. This is the strength of a Pangolier in all sorts of early engagements.
Yeah, and now they might even get Yokam too. KP's last right click, unfortunately, not going to connect as it was on Alacrity. So already, look at the brawling that's occurring in this game 1. Again, 2 teams, contenders to qualify to Division 1, and we're already seeing so much action. Tinker's going to be a ridiculous amount of DPSs. Over the level 6s from Talon, around a choke point like this, they're going to be favored here in this team fight, but they haven't blown up Paulson just yet. And somehow the Clockwork is able to keep his life long enough for the extra reinforcements to show up. As Yokam, a finger of death straight on the head of the Void Spirit, and now inyourdream charges up the Requiem as well. So it's Nigma Galaxy C that can turn that fight around with their own ultimates.
The issue, right? Like, as long as
no one shows on the lane. Yokam jumps, but it's a bit too late. Aegis picked up. They're still trying to the incessant spam from Alacrity on the higher ground, but Talon brought this game back into a pretty even playing field now with the Aegis on Gabby.
It could have been a disastrous team fight if they did have some sort of vision up on this high ground that Flyers just used the kinetic field to show that they didn't. But
bottom lane, KP's in trouble. Mizu charging underneath the T1 tower. They've got the Tinker nearby as well, but the TPs, they're a little bit too late to keep him alive, but they still have been able to catch out the Tinker as Gabby showing up. A couple of crits is enough to blow up the 2, and now they can turn to try and deal with Mizu as well. No other location to charge to. He's going to be forced to stick himself in the lane, just hoping and praying they have no detection, but that is not the case. As Talon
burst through a target with obviously a Tinker, a Shadow Fiend dealing an insane amount of right-click damage, and a line with a Mizu
is going to continue with the charge, targeting the level 20 Phantom Assassin at the moment. Them not inside the kinetic field, but Gabby's crits is enough. Mizu actually makes it on the higher ground, but still will turn to deal with Yokam as well, but the backline inyourdream. He's trying to deal with the heroes on the outskirts here. Hasn't been able to get any extra control, so inyourdream retreating back to safety, but Gabby and co are going to continue to pursue him down. The Requiem will drag back, but somehow in some way, it's not enough to keep him alive as Talon once again. And we're playing a very slow, methodical game, and now that they've got the lead, they're everywhere on the map. There's another target, Mizu. He's got some reinforcements in the backline, but Gabby's damage is really starting to ramp up, but they've got to be cautious because inyourdream. He's starting with the machine gun as well with the outskirts, but the control is one thing that's lacking. So Gabby's able to reposition himself. A great Yule Scepter. Dodges a majority of the damage here. So ultimate forced out, and KP... that was EXO using it. He actually catches up.
I do as well. I feel like a big part of it is just, regardless of if it's PA or if it's a Death Prophet, for example, they just need damage that's going to be able to go out, and Satanic doesn't provide too much.
Look at Gabby.
Double damage.
DD in the arsenal, the cleave is almost enough to kill off Yokamp, but still, they're waiting the wings. Gonna look to turn it back around, but Gabby, he's had enough an opportunity to pop the BKB, so he's gonna be A-OK, continuing to jump further into the middle of the team fight, but Radiant, the recognition of how important this is, multiple buybacks coming into play as Talon looking to reset, but they won't get the opportunity. Yokamp blasts down the Phantom Assassin for the higher counter. They're still sticking around though, as inyourdream dealing a ridiculous amount of damage from the outskirts, and this is the fight they've been waiting for.
Look at those rockets.
They're gonna look to pursue on for more, finding kill after kill as Fly. There'll be no escape for the captain. A charge from Mizu, and they won't even need it. In fact, it's alacrity to find it, but again...
We also have to consider the fact that, has he got an Ag Shard coming out to him now or something?
Are they gonna try this?
Yeah.
Gabby, in fact, just going to jump Yokamp once again, taking rid of the supports.
Buyback.
They don't have buybacks, and now they can use this numbers advantage to try and deal with the ages on inyourdream. But they're going to be cautious because Mizu, out of nowhere, charges on. They've got to the break. Phantom Assassin's in some trouble, and Gabby's down. They've gotten rid of the PA, the huge carry. And now it's alacrity with a triple. He's going to continue to try and catch for more. But a nice heads out TP will keep the life of Mikoto. But unfortunately, the Death Prophet would not be so fortunate. As Nigma Galaxy see another team fight.
Or that this team fight control is removed at the start.
Oh, inyourdream. Butterfly completed. Yeah. They're going to try and target down Phantom Assassin at the moment here. They need some way to keep Gabby alive for BKB nick of timing, but it doesn't matter. And KP, he blinked into the middle of it all with Exo Pop. They're going to lose a second target. Nigma Galaxy C.
They've even found
What's
Fly.
going on? They've caught Fly too. Just crumbling in our faces right now. Talon cannot catch a break in. Oh, die. Here we go. Smoked out. Trying to carve their way through their own jungle. Once again, Pollison's going to face check the smoke. He's got the aim disc. So not too vulnerable to be bursted down. The rest of Radiant sitting on top of the backline here. Beautiful silence. Won't give the opportunity for the counter initiation. But inyourdream's got a DD. So they have to think twice now on Talon on how they take this fight. As KP's playing the wings, but they're straight on top of the Phantom Assassin once again. Bye-bye, Gabby. The burst is too strong. 4 heroes evaporate. They're on top of the 5th as well as Mikoto's in trouble. Alacrity like a homing missile. Will catch him out. 5 down, make it a wipe, and up the base they go. Oh, they see Mizu actually. This is a really valuable kill if they can get it before the Radiant connect. Mizu's just gonna pop BKB. Almost kill a Fly as well. In fact, he will refresh her up. Screw it. Mizu gets away with murder. Now they're stuck in the tree line as well. I mean, Talon need assistance. They need it now. In fact, KP won't get it though. Gabby's gonna jump. He's on alacrity, but Gabby's just tickling the Tinker. A TP attempt out, but Mizu once again. Oh my lord, this Spirit Breaker is causing so much chaos, and that's it. Nigma Galaxy C take game 1 to start the day.
Radiant victory.
Pretty damn convincing. I'm happy to be wrong in this instance. I really thought Talon had the goods to be able to take this one out. And they had that huge window, right? All the BKBs available. It just felt to me like Hyde was just getting picked off time after time after time. And you didn't have that ability to get it onto the Tinker before the Shadow Fiend just reached this critical mass where you would just stand there. I mean, how many times was it? Like 3, 4 times maybe? That inyourdream just stood there and right-clicked down Hyde. Sometimes not even having to pop that BKB. So... a little bit crazy, and yeah, Shadow Fiend could be a pretty decent answer to one of these early Pango picks.
Yeah, I mean, the creeps, I think you've got decent setup. I don't know, I'm just really surprised they went for a melee going up against the Outward Devourer. We were both wrong game 1, but also, that's a beautiful thing, considering no one gets the edge in our little bet prediction thing we're doing, so we're both still on 2 at the moment. So you're
going Talon again?
I don't know. I'm still.
God, I won't let you. Since I've asked you, you can't wait for first place.
I'm not. You waited last time. That's okay. We're not going to say anything.
I was always going to say Talon.
Okay, I really I do not like the Monkey King, but I'm not. I'm gonna.
I thought you said you wanted a game 3, bro.
I do want a game 3, but still, I
The
can't.
only
Like,
ones
I'm
that don't want a game
competitive.
3 are the 5 Nigma Galaxy C players, and nullifying a ton of that damage, even just with a 1 value point.
On mid lane, Astral set up for the arrow and pinpoint accuracy from Hyde. Great combination as well.
First blood.
I did snipe away the first blood, but I suppose the Great Observer Ward.
Yeah, they will. Mikoto fly.
Look at all
Mash
those
TP's
TPs.
coming into play, but the damage is thick, and as Mikoto dropping the sanities there just to secure it. Fly's got the level 6 too. He's actually going to use the Astral aggressively, which will give Fly an opportunity to get out to safety, taking away that tag team potential. So real Darksea can just completely turn a game back in their favor as KP runs straight into the Monkey King. Nice prediction with the spear as well. Is moving towards the tree line, so another movement that goes in the favor of Talon. And kill on Alacrity, but In Your Dream is
Nearly a second one. So nice little micros coming through there by
Top
Mizu
still.
when he's in the grave. And
Moonlight Shadow, and yeah, Gabby's gonna run into In Your Dream and Yokam. They're gonna know the PA's still around. KP's going fishing with a spear, but it doesn't even matter. Gabby's such a high level. 15, 16 minutes into the game. Top of the net worth, and it feels like it's all Talon in this second game. They've done such an incredible job with their map positioning.
Radiant.
I was just feeling a little bit worried about the potential for dying if he's off on his own, but until he picks up that BKB, you're always going to be incredibly concerned. Even, like, not just because you might die, but also for your damage potential.
Alacrity, don't do it! What? How'd he get away? KP's still got Arena nonetheless, so they'll make sure after a dodged attempt they're able to continue to follow up. It does give them information. They're away from mid, but Tarzan's gonna eat the arrow. He doesn't find the snowball connection, and Gabby's still well and truly healthy.
What a grip.
He's got Fly in the outskirts to drop the grip with no hope in the world of a cancellation.
Make a fine crater.
Exactly where they're posturing. Fly, hide, hand in hand, trying to find the start. They've also seen Mikoto as well in the lane. Alacrity and Yokam, they're going to make the attempt. They know the Astral's on cooldown, so there's a big window to try and blow up the OD and get out with their life. But KP once again, Arena drop destroys the tree, and Alacrity, they're just going to try and waste as much time, and now also Fly. Yep. I mean, this man is always catching stragglers, will recognize they've got plenty of damage to kill off the rest of the heroes. He's looking for that extra +1. And they'll get it with the Darksea kill as well. The supports, plenty of damage in themselves, hide with the dominating streak. But In Your Dream as well. Gabby on the charge, cutting his way through the jungle is In Your Dream. The first target on the agenda, but he's got a position to Phantom Strike away to. They might have to cut their losses. They're not going to try and do so though. Alacrity, a beautiful boundless strike, laying down the Wukongs as well. They've dealt with the first slap, but they need to deal with the Fiend's Grip. As In Your Dream getting control for the last second, he's out to safety. The smoke as well. Hiding himself for the nighttime, but KP slams down the shield. Will take care of the Phantom Assassin. He was almost out to safety, but Mikoto as well. Would catch out another hero on the high ground, utilizing the Observer Ward. Fly has done such an exceptional job this game.
Considering he had bought back previously, but it's not having.
You gotta make an attempt. It's about to be Megas, and KP will start. They get the Hex before the normal punch, and Mizu's gone. A dieback on the Darkseer, and Alacrity is just hoping that the Wukongs will prevent them from hitting the objectives. They'll try and attempt to blow up the Luna, but Makoto's positioning and Fly on the backline will limit the damage, and we're going to a game 3 as Talon even up our series.
Very nicely done. You know, they're able to pull it back. It's off the back of the draft though, right? Like, as soon as we saw that last pick Darkseer, we're like, okay, good against the Luna, but what are they going to do in the laning stage? And it just felt like Talon really took control of the game from that point and never let go, as well as just giving Fly his Bane as well, right? Like, it was a... God, what was the second ban that they got rid of on Nigma Galaxy?
Weaver Nightstalker. Oh no, that's...
it was
Weaver
Nightstalker. It was
Nightstalker, yeah.
Nightstalker. So I was thinking, really? You're valuing the Nightstalker over the Bane, like Fly, trying to deny as much of the Enchantress creep potential for harass as possible. I feel like you're leaning a lot more towards Talon, though. Something tells me Nigma Galaxy are going to be able to take this. I don't know what it is.
I think we're gonna have an exceptional mid game though. Like it feels like they've got a really fast-paced lineup with a Conquer position 1, a Monkey 2. They're gonna really look to ramp up, and they need to control the map. You cannot allow Talon to take ancient stacks and just any stacks in general with the Mag Bristleback. That cannot be an opportunity at all, and I have a great way to limit that. Enchantress to scout, Monkey King vision, Mirana scouting as well. They like to take early engagements. You've got
SB charging as well, so he can immediately join any sort of team fights.
You've got multiple ways to have break as the game goes on. We've seen the Aghanim shot on the Spirit Breaker, both the Conquer
to KP, and well, with that, it was enough time for him to get that little bit of extra regen from the Tango, the little bit extra from the headdress, and doesn't end up dying as a result of it. Paulson obviously seeing the importance of consistently scouting this out.
They're actually diving Fly. He was able to sidestep the arrow, but Mizu finally gets the percentage in the bash, luckily enough, and now Yocam, first blood secured. They've still committed pretty deep here. Gabby got these, and they're also looking to try and backstab KP as well. Mizu TPing in, along with Mirana starting to connect. And KP's got the mechanism, relatively tanky. Need to find the angle to skewer out to save to be Yocam. Perfect use of the layering and the control. KP's going to use an incredibly defensive RP. The damage coming through a little bit too late, but still, Paulson. The arrow to fly, and that's enough.
To this, especially considering Talon have almost already taken the objective that they're committing onto the top side for.
Gabby's got Hood coming out of the corridor, but it might take a little bit too long. Both Wukong's all the ultimates laid down to try and blow up the beast and the Bristleback, and Gabby will drop. They have to use everything possible to secure the kill, but the Wukong's in the perfect location makes it really difficult for Talon to find an avenue in. They'll still trade the life for the Alacrity, but Fly will not get out to safety.
I think you're okay with that sort of rotation. KP is just standing here in the trees, and so they're going to be
drop
able to
RP?
find him.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
That could have been so different if he had the Hood delivered. Now you can group up. You're not worried about continuing to posture down bottom to keep that tower alive. And now you're the ones that can be on the aggressive front to take some objectives. It's going to be very easy to find considering with the ultimates being on cooldown. They're starting to come back up. And the rest of the Dire swing in the area as well. They're going to start a Mikoto off to the outskirts. KP has been able to find the Monkey King in the tree line. With the RP committed, Mortimer Kisses on the side as well. The magical damage raining down. As they'll lose the Monkey King, a key component here. And now with the rest of Talon looking to try and continue on to find more blood as well. And that they will. Gabby, a double secured for your Bristleback. Up the Bristle. Radiant.
Back on Paulson as well.
Smoked up. Gabby's going to pop it on Polo. It looks like they're just going to try and cut their losses. They're still posturing around the high ground as KP, he just drops a solo RP on the support. He feels content, happy to convert the kill. But Alacrity in your dreams still sticking around. With the numbers stick up the tree. KP corrects. Oh no, they're going to be cautious now still. They're on top of the Bristleback. The break is out. They're going to be able to blow him up. Gabby's gone. A huge streak to claim. Alacrity, BKB about to expire. Wukong shortly as well. They're just waiting. The patience coming through from Talon. But is it going to be enough to turn it back around as KP flies on forward? Skewer to connect on 2, and that's enough.
Be surprised how far a little kindness.
KP carrying him this game, just going that little bit deeper with no vision at all.
Wait, Mizu?
And gets the up here
He's
originally.
charging in. He's got some supports behind him, but so do Talon. KP again. Skewer onto multiple heroes, but where are the cores for the damage? There's the answer. Mikoto jumps in the middle of it all. He'll be able to bring down the Mirana too. And now next on the agenda is Paulson. They'll look to neutralize the Enchantress. Not an easy kill by any stretch of the imagination, considering how tanky she's itemized. But in the end, it'll be Mikoto with the unstoppable streak.
KP God, like, he did every Omni Knight and an Ogre Magi and, you know, people building into the Glimmer Cape, the Solar Crest. Just focus everything but the one that's being targeted.
Did Mizu What's going on down bottom? Oh, he's got BKB.
bait.
Teams
It's a
are coming
bait.
over as well. Alacrity's going to lay down the Wukongs, but Gabby with the BKB can reposition himself. It's not going to matter though. The damage, it's ramping up. Nigma Galaxy C, they found their item timings, but can they keep him inside the ring? Mizu's going to try and angle the charge back, and they blow him up. So crafty with how Dire are taking these fights, and now on the outskirts, Eurocam just solo killed Hyde.
Pathetic well.
You feeling nervous, Aries?
I'm not.
Those stacks off in quick succession, but also a tiny bit for the extra armor component that all that extra agility gives you. Looks like he's going into the Shiva's guard next, so that's going to
KP
solve at least his
getting
armor
charged
problem.
down. Connects onto 2. What a beautiful boundless strike as well to start the fight. Raiding, they're crumbling without the Ember Spirit. KP, who'll try and lay down the RP, but instantly answer with the Ewer Scepter. Gabby's got enough time to pop the BKB, but still the damage is starting to rack up. They'll get him outside the ring, but it's not going to matter with the break showing and the damage. They'll kill off the Bristle, now they're looking for more.
There's even a regen top as well, so Mizu can look to pick that one up and continuously look to rejoin the rest of his team. Like it was like a 20-minute mark, although forcing out a BKB on Mizu is nice.
Bottom
Also the
lane,
fact that they've
KP's
picked up
got yours, he
the,
does. Is the timing perfect with the X? The safety. Alacrity also jumping around through the trees.
The fire
They're
shield's
also
nice.
mid as well on Mizu, yet Gabby just blows him up. Mizu didn't want to pop the refresher for the other use of the BKB. It was still on cooldown. Now they're doing a great job to kite the Wukongs as well. Dealing with the backline supports. Polison next on the agenda here. A great start to the fight for Talon as they'll drop the RP, doing the best that they can possibly do to kite the Monkey King to perfection as Alacrity's gone. Talon, what a crafty way, just getting real disconnected on the side.
Being able to reduce 85% of damage against a Tidebringer? Like, just toss him on the front lines. Are you scared? Probably not.
Looks like they're going to get a second full set of barracks here, so Talon, they've evened the game in regards to the net worth, but objectives well and truly in their favor. Nigma Galaxy KP. Roche's, that's a fast spawn as well. Oh boy.
They do their best to try and push out these
Radiant
waves a
got
little
vision
bit
around
further.
the area. They're going to see Eurocam, they're going to see Polonus as well. Instantly jumping forward, trying to blow up the Rana. They have to be cautious about taking the fight around the choke point as Alacrity. The break needs to be perfect in the chain control as well. A refresher used from Mizu to keep the pressure back inside the ring, but Gabby is still surviving through it all. And then with the Mortimer Kisses laid down on the outskirts, it's Nigma Galaxy C that have to try and retreat away. Mikoto flies on over, but the searing change was still on cooldown. Unable to
What attacker do in this situation?
You gotta get pretty crafty here. It's about to be mega creeps. KP fishing once again. They're gonna look to buy back. A break is out. Beautiful chain control. They've blown up the first life, and now they can lay down the Wukongs as well. How can they get him outside the vicinity? They'll make sure to control him with the Abyssal Blade. Gabby's falling lower and lower. The batches coming through thick and thin, but hide! What a gobble up! Out to safety. He'll blink away, but Mizu's still hunting. He's on top of the bristleback RP. Hasn't used it just yet. Somehow Gabby's alive!
Oh, they gave him the cheese as well. He's
Oh my god, they
completely
can go
healthy.
back in. It's gonna catch them off guard. Alacrity's still hiding in the trees. He doesn't have the BKB. He's gonna
still has
face
an
check
RP.
Mikoto, but they're gonna be cautious now. Gabby's gonna reveal himself straight on top of the Monkey King. Trying to play around with the Jingu stacks. He's got the buyback as well. Coming back into the fight. There's Conker, half health, still trying to do whatever he can here. They've blown up KP. They've started to lose their numbers here. The abilities on cooldown. Nigma Galaxy C, they might be able to withstand their damage, but they've got to be cautious. Mikoto jumping the backline as they can try and kite the Conker. Mikoto, who else can he find? Eurocam's doing such an exceptional job. The arrow to catch him, Mikoto. He's going too far. Fished for too many heroes. I mean, Hyde, he really gave them this opportunity to have a longer drawn-out fight that wasn't as disastrous. But now they've still been able to fight Gabby as well, Alacrity. He's got the Abyssal, just lacking some way to close the distance. And he's got the Abyssal queued up. They're waiting for him. I think they call it Glimpse.
He's X-Monster.
KP? KP's got yours still. Oh, no.
Yules.
This is not the way you want to start the fight if you're Nigma Galaxy. Now you have to compromise your position to try and keep the Conquer alive as best as you can. But KP's in trouble. Look at the Torrent Storm landing on all three heroes. What a pickup! That might just be enough to take the game. One single item. 3 heroes gone. They're on top of Mikoto. Refresher pop from the Spirit Breaker. Abyssal Control. Oh, he just completed the Aghanim's, and the tips are well deserved.
Welcome.
3 heroes clipped from the torrent. My God.
No buyback as well on any of them except for this.
Radiant structures.
Only 15 seconds left on KP's buyback.
And Mikoto's got to play really cautious. They cannot afford to lose the Ember, and especially the Bristleback as well. They use the Wukongs just to secure the objective. Screw the objective to blow up the Bristle. Great coordination with the chain control. Up to the last set of barracks. Mega creeps soon on the cards. You've got a buyback on the Bristle. They won't have the full team for another 30 seconds, however. Once again, Arrow finds a connection. KP, skewer back. Only clips onto Polison. They need some way to be able to keep it alive. The Ember Spirit of the Wukong creating so much chaos. The area denial gives them no opportunity for Talon to close in the vicinity. Still no one's fallen just yet. They've gotten Megas though. The objectives have been claimed in Nigma Galaxy C. No way! They cannot all get out. They just did that. They just got out with murder. Where they are.
Okay.
Gabby's got a DD though, so hitting over 1,000.
I don't know if you want to group up into Roche Pit.
Okay, well that is just an absolute freebie. He's got a buyback. He's going to use it instantly in your dream. He's charging up mindlessly. They're going to try and target down Gabby. KP once again. He's on top of Alacrity, but a beautiful timing with the Abyssal Blade. Alacrity turns it back around. They won't have a Magnus for the team fight. Radiant though, looking to get out of the control of the Wukongs, but it's Nigma Galaxy C that are trying to push them further and further back. Without the Bristleback, Fly and Koto are absolute food. They'll target through the Ogre Magi. Now Makoto's the next on the agenda as well. Alacrity's refresh for another Abyssal Blade. 3 down, no buybacks available. It's Gabby and Fly against the world.
And right now they're just having to play some tower defense. All they can do is sit idly by while Nigma Galaxy go and get that 5th Roshan, picking up the Aegis, the Refresher. It's going to be tier 5 neutral items in 45 seconds, but I don't think you wait. You have to just try and end this game. You know how low they are on few of the times when you've been caught out there.
Misery.
Oh, okay. Diamond Fountain would be a little bit too keen, even with how this game is.
This is a Bristleback without the Magnus. They need every steroid can get, but unfortunately, with 2 heroes against the 5, it's just not going to be enough. Bristle down for the final time this game. And Talon are going to start the Winter Tour off 0-2 as Nigma Galaxy C will take this series a Game 3 bloodbath going just over 60 minutes.
No tier 5 items, but Matt gets one closer to that cream. We love to see it. We love to see it. I mean, what can you say about that sort of game, right? Like, it's crazy the amount of back and forth swings that had around just small things, right? KP so on point with so many of that, the horn top, the skewer back, his RPs were pretty on point as well, but